Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, wherein I've moved stuff kind of around back here, but that was because I did some recording and I wanted some things to happen, so things are, and of course the horse head, things are slowly getting cleaned up and fixed. Really, honestly, properly? Interesting word. Yay. Yesterday I talked about how my P.O. box was going to be going. At the end of the day, I checked my PayPal and somebody did send me $100. I'm going to be going to pay for my post office box today. Now, yes, that only kicks the issue down the road for another 6 months, but that gives time for options. So thank you, each and every one of you that cares, each and every one of you that helps. It is quite awesome and greatly appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you all. It is greatly appreciated. As well, of course, YouTube algorithms. Hey, if you could interact with them and maybe toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be very awesome. Thank you. If you could leave me a comment, I enjoy comments to no end. I read every one. I thumbs up each one I do read, which is all of them, and I answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. So thumbs up and thank you. And of course, I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome. If it weren't for these people, I would have sunk beneath the waves of financial distress and destruction a long time ago. Thank you, each and every one of these beautiful people. My kitty cat's alive because of them. My hamster is alive because of them. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you'd like to become a patron, hey, there are links in the video description, so thumbs up on that. Front loading of YouTube videos over. Yay! So, as stated, I'm going to be going off to pay for that post office box today, and that's a good thing. And I have therapy today, so it's 7:48 a.m. Pacific Standard Time right now, and at 9 o'clock is when I have therapy. So, yay! I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff, and hopefully it's going to be good. Am I going to get anything else done for the rest of the day? Well, I'm going to watch videos, I'm going to play games, I'm going to edit videos, my reactions. Maybe I'm going to hopefully record something. I've still been playing Dead Island a lot. I've mentioned how it's kind of okay if you lose all of your weapons. Because that happened to me last night. Everything gone. I ended up fighting one of these big tanky type zombie ones in an area, and I threw all of my stuff at them, and I had no more weapons except for like maybe one. And then it threw one of those, hey, this zombie's gonna take you down sort of zombies at me. And literally, you can be surrounded by, you can take down 10 or 12 other zombies and it's fine. And then you've got your weaponry and you've still got your stamina, and then one of these things, literally it's in your face all of a sudden, and then bam, you've taken 1 or 2 hits, you've lost half of your strength. You kick them, they stagger back and then smack you again. You can take down 1,000,000 zombies around you, and then one of these things, before you even have a chance to even know what's happening, it's halfway in your own character model. It's half clipping through you, and then you're dead. There is nothing you can really do about this. It is a bit of bull, and I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to get demonetized, and really I try not to swear, though I do. But it's bull and stupid, and at that point I had gotten down to maybe 1 or 2 weapons out of the 12 that I had, and upon death they were all gone. So I continued going through toward my mission anyway, and when I got up to this one area, I had no weapons, nothing. I had a whole bunch of guns with no ammo, and that was it. Just my fists and my feet. So it was annoying. But as I've said, you can find enough stuff. So even though I had things that would only do like 40 or 50 points of damage, as opposed to the 500 or 600 that they had been doing, if you still have enough of these little things, you can take down even something big. It's that you gotta run, juke, grab, and then toss the things again. I did reach the point after making it to where I'm supposed to be that now I have to abandon the mission. because it's a whole bunch of human beings in a police headquarters that I have to take down, and they all have ranged explosive weaponry. And I have lead pipes. So, I'm not going to be able to take them on. It's all the way back to the beginning, and then go collect a bunch of weapons so that I can take on that part of the game again. Exceptionally annoying when you've got weapons that do like 1,000 points of damage, and then suddenly they're all gone. Every single one of them. Life is life, though. Life is life. It's, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. And that's okay. Now, checking down on my list here to see if there's anything else that I've got on there that I need or want to talk about, and the answer is unfortunately no. Nothing really happened a lot yesterday. I mean, my housemate, instead of playing games most of the day, was either in their room or just watching TV, and so that was dull here. I did basically nothing aside from play games, watch videos, fell asleep for a short time, but it was not a gluten sleep, so it was easy to wake up out of. It was just boink, and I felt fine, and it was great. My whole day was not ruined like usually happens when I fall asleep from a gluten feast. So it was bad, but I didn't stop breathing, and I just recovered like that, so thumbs up. Now, of course, excuse me. Now, of course, he said, to repeat himself, I'm going to be doing more of the creative inside-outside, razor's edge sort of talk here, because, again, I've mentioned before, actually, I don't think I've mentioned this part. I have thought about this, and I did want to talk about it, but I haven't yet, so I'm going to make a quick break because I suddenly remembered this. One of the big things, I've always enjoyed writing. I enjoyed the creative part of writing. I've enjoyed being creative. I've liked sitting down and banging the stuff out and getting it out in my head, but I've never really been able to do a whole lot with that because I've never understood the best way my head worked for that. I always did get a rough idea and then try to run the story in this rough pathway without planning it, but there's the end goal up there, but it was still, I'm pushing it through something that I'm working on moderately quickly to make that sort of like science fiction story or fantasy story or horror story. And it was always fun, but it always left me wondering I don't understand how people do this. It doesn't make sense to me. Even while I'm being creative and trying to write that way, I could never figure it out. Now, of course, as I've mentioned, just getting a rough idea, like I had with the whole razor's edge thing, and then pushing my creativity and then just following where it goes instead of trying to direct it. I've mentioned before that really works well for me. The one part that really sells it to me, though, is it is pleasurable. It is fun. I have had more joy just thinking about the whole cosmic horror pantheon and the various settings, and then letting this one percolate just naturally. It has been a joy, a sheer pleasure. I've never really had that before. I've had that itch that was never properly getting scratched. But I was always scratching desperately because I am a good writer. I can write. I'm a good storyteller. But trying to do the kind of stories that I wanted to do, I was doing it the wrong way. And now it is stated, it is just a pleasure. When I chew on this stuff and it works, it feels good. When the stuff starts interlocking because I've done it organically, and this thing that happens here, well, of course it influences this over here. And then the two interactions, well, of course that's going to work here. By doing it all just organically and percolating instead of pushing it, it has been just a sheer pleasure. Oh my God. It is just shots of dopamine and serotonin when this stuff falls together and works. And that is one of the biggest parts that tells me that I'm doing it the right way. Not only the fact that I've come up with stuff that is, compared to my earlier works, just so rich and deep, as compared to stuff that was okay, but not really intense. So yeah, I enjoy doing it this way because not only is it working and I'm coming up with great stuff, but it is just fun. It's like I get a mental O face when I come up with all the good stuff. So thumbs up for that. Interesting way to put that. So let's see if I can remember some of the other things that I had been thinking about last night. A lot of which was, excuse me, the big part is the southern exit off the crossroads. I've still been thinking about that, as well as lots and lots of other things, because I can't just I can, but then I'm fixating and hyper-focusing, which is going to force me to guide and drive it. So I don't do that. I bounce and leap around to come up with the various things and work on the side. So right now, that southern exit that had just as an idea thrown out there a long time ago, not quite sure what was going to happen with it, it's really percolating together now with all the people that are actually getting in. With the thing that I'd talked about before, because I'd mentioned it before, how people go in there and then they don't come back out. And then the scientists were going to go in and then they do, and things end very poorly for them. Now that I've got it more worked out of my head on the whole organic, people have just been noticing this thing over the past 15 years, where it's just been sort of this has been happening. People are talking about it sort of thing. And now it's become, documented. And after that IRL live stream thing that happens, that's when the scientists really, really, really get into and wanting to do it. Because, as stated, the people on the inside in the Crimson Kingdom, the King and Crimson themselves, they scour and find the best minds to help work with all of their stuff. Science, like anything, employs a lot of different types of people. You got those that are just fully fulfilled by doing academic work, and you have those that are fulfilled by they go out into the forest and the jungles and they find things. These scientists are the ones that go out and do stuff. The King in Crimson is not going to force anybody to do anything like that just to gain knowledge. These are scientists that they're antsy, they're itchy. A few years back when they started hearing about that, they started gathering up some stuff, getting supplies and things together, talking together as a group. Before they even are asked if they want to try and do something, they're the ones that go up to the King in Crimson and say, hey, we've gathered up a whole bunch of stuff, we've been sitting on our hands, and we are antsy. We know we are not going to be coming back. But with our technology that we have and our equipment, we can get some good information. So let us take our 3 caravans down, send us 2 with soldiers and guards. We'll find out what's going on down there as best we can. And they know they're not going to come back. They know that. But again, as I've mentioned, these are the kinds of people who say, I am not sacrificing my life to science. I am doing science. I may lose my life while doing it, but I'm not sacrificing my life to anything. I am finding answers. I am going out and learning things. This is not sacrificing my life to anything. This is crashing borders down as long as I have the power to do them. And so, they get the 3 caravans of scientists. And one of the big things is, the biggest thing that I can figure right now, and I'm not going to push on the character, but it's not a very pleasant individual in the southern exit. And since you cannot change reality, this is science. Glamours are glamours. People have the sight. There's energy. You can't violate energy. You can't stop the glamours from working. You can't stop quantum mechanics from working. And right now, when people have, before the Crimson Kingdom sends down the caravans, it's been able to interfere with people's abilities to communicate by affecting the people. It's like with sight and all this. There are wavelengths of sight all around you. You can't change that. Someone's always going to be able to see it, but you can affect their ability to interact with those. If you pluck their eyes out, well, they can't see them anymore, can they? And so, when people go in, and like that one person who was live streaming, this was before the big boosters were being rolled out. And the thing that's in there is able to break the phone's connection, at which point it's gone and the person is lost forever. And when the people go in with the caravans, they have the new booster cell tower things. Oh, that being hates that because it can't stop them. And it's trying hard. But you can't break reality, and they're too tough to just break like a phone. So yeah, it's pissed. And of course, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments. It's not many. I used to get a lot, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you, each and every one of you who has left me a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well, with my fibro and all that, getting better all the time, especially now that I've mostly got most gluten out of my diet, doing a lot better brain fog-wise. So we had Sarge778 returns, CODM, thumbs up, and thank you very, very much. We have Tarina Simons, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, I wish I had enough money to help everyone too. There's Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you. And here's hoping that you can get whatever help that you need and desire. We have Scott DeMario, thumbs up. There's Honor, greatly appreciated. Kapaki, always good to see you. Ben B, thumbs up and good to see you as well. And we have Flora Mew and Son of a Gun, always good to read your comments. They are very, very thought-provoking. We have Devo, thumbs up and thank you. There is Going Slowly Nowhere, thumbs up, thank you much. And Jocelyn Williams, greatly appreciated. All 12 of you, I think? I just closed something and I'm not quite sure what, but still, oh, it was my browser because I'd opened up my Chrome. No, that's 11? No, that's 12 because this is 13 and this is 11. Okay, 12 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. Thumbs up and thank you. Now, I don't know what device you're watching this on, so I don't know where the text file that has the video description is, but inside of it, there are various links to all my channels, as well as my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, again, literally beautiful and awesome. Little Ghost was up and running around this morning and drinking, and he came over and he sniffing my fingers because he had just woke up, and he's just a little cutie. Thank you so much for helping me keep my hamster alive. I have no idea how long I should keep my hands in the air. That was probably too long, maybe too short. I'm lost. But thumbs up and thank you each and every one of you. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there is a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without even sending money at all, there is an Amazon wish list link with stuff like cat food on it. So if you could check it out, that'd be very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Again, a definite thumbs up. Well, hope you smokes. Yeah, I got therapy today, so it's less than an hour as I take a look over there. So, oh boy. I'm going to be changing this again soon. I'm still working on everything slowly, way too slowly, but I'm getting it done. And of course, with the covfefe bug still raging, please, if you do not have to go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed, mouth-breathing plague rats, please don't. But if you do, maintain that social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands off, and try not to touch your face. Holy smokes. Get a vaccine if you haven't, get a booster if you can. Everywhere I see in town here, small enclosed shops, nobody wearing a mask. People going into the gyms, the windows soaked with condensation from people breathing out their particles. Nobody's wearing a mask. My body's making noises. But until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.